I am at my lowest. I am almost 32 years old. So, I was married for a couple of years. It wasn't the best marriage, but I just went with the flow. One of the main reasons why it did not work out was that her mother was knee-deep into our relationship, and I could not stand it. We had a kid, a boy, my son, my all. But 2 years after his birth, I just asked for a divorce, where I did not want anything, just to have equal time with my son. All was okay, we split it up, I moved out, and for the last years was okay, sort of. My ex-wife did not really involve herself too much to the raising of my son, always passing him to her mother when he was sitting with her, or just leaving him as much as she could with me, even above the week-to-week schedule that we had. Me and my son had the greatest time ever. We would travel a lot, have games and all together. It was, I think, the best time of my life. Until last November when my ex-wife told me that she meets someone and he will move in with them. He had no kids. Since then, everything changed. My son would come at me and was changed. He was silent, he was angry and started saying that he does not want to stay with me, that he does not love me, and so on. Just as a side note, due to the divorce, where I just wanted to leave the house, I left everything for them. And this meant that I had bank loans to close out of a quite modest salary. I am still paying, and through a miracle, I need to make a payment until April. That seems more impossible by the day. In the week when my son was with me, I had resources for him to be sure that he is not missing anything, and when he was gone, oh well, it wasn't pretty. One day, after a full display of this kind of attitude, where he was shouting that he wants his mother and that he hates being with me, I slapped him across the face. As soon as I realized what happened, I took accountability for this and informed my ex-wife. After this incident, when my son was almost 5 years old, well, I cannot see him anymore at all. Not that my ex-wife does not let me, but my son does not want this. He wants to sit with his stepdad, his mom, and all his family on that side, because in the meantime, a baby girl was born, the sister to my son. Last time I managed to have 4 hours with him, he told me that he does not miss me, that he feels pushed to stay with me, and just simply does not love me. A 5-year-old told me this, and I stopped any contact, spoke with my ex-wife about the behavior of my son several times, and in the end I stopped having any sort of contact for 2 weeks. And it seems that my son does not want to see me. I was stopping myself to open to any relationship, but in August of this year, I hit it off with a girl who was divorced. Fast forward to again 2 weeks ago when contact with my son completely stopped and she went back to her ex-husband. And yes, I really loved her. Main idea is that now I am all alone. I have no family to go to, because since I was little, my family would just pass me aside, and I cut ties with them. My son does not want to see me. The girl I was speaking about, where for 5 months it was magical, just out of the blue, left me, and 2 days later she was back with her ex. Maybe the holidays have an impact, but right now, I don't see the reason of continuing this kind of life. It is depressing waking up all day and not having anything close to you, even if you dedicated your full heart and soul to something, as I did, to my son and the girl that I was speaking about. I am waking up crying when I am driving and screaming to myself to stop thinking of her or him. I know I will see my son again, but I am afraid. I am afraid of him telling me again that he hates me, telling me that he wants his stepfather. I am afraid that I will react again poorly. Funny, I am crying as I am writing down. If I can end on something, I would just say to whoever is reading this, be happy with what you have.